A very good afternoon to all my students, and I'd like to start today's session of front office theory with wishing each and every one of you a very happy and prosperous New Year 2021. Uh, right at the starting itself, it has already given us a ray of hope with the vaccines on the way, and I'm sure this difficult time is just about to end, and we all need to be together, positive, and I'm sure this difficult time will end soon. So with that positive note and with that full energy, we continue off with our front office theory classes. Previously, we have discussed about what a tariff card is, what are the content that needs to be there in a tariff card, why is it important. We have also discussed about different meal plan that's there in the hospitality industry in today's day. We have discussed about meal plans like CP plan or continental plan. We have discussed about American plan or AP plan. We have discussed about modified American plan, MAP plan, and so on. We have also discussed about rates, since today we would be talking about the different rates which the hotel industry or the hospitality industry provides to the guest. We will discuss on that. And I think each and every one of us by now, we have already discussed about what rack rate was all about. We have discussed that the rack rate is the highest rate that can be quoted for any room or for a particular type of room by a hotel for its customer or guest. Similarly, apart from the rack rate, there are certain other rates which we call as the special room rate, which you can see on the slide, which are there in the hospitality industry or mainly in the hotel sector. So we will start discussing about these specific rates which the hotels provide to the guests that come into the hotel. Now, each of these rates are adopted by specific hotels for the specific sector of customer. How, we will discuss that later on. So let us go ahead and start off with the first one, which is called as the package rate. Now, as the term says, it's a package. It's a full entitlement included into it. Now, this package rate is generally adopted by hotels which are situated in tourist destinations. So what happens when a guest goes to an unknown tourist destination where he has never been to? The guest generally starts thinking about or gets worried about, where do I stay, where do I eat, how do I go about and see the sightseeings, where can I get a guide, or what meal, or from where will I get a meal. So all these things comes into the mind, or the questions comes into the mind of a guest. And that's why a package rate was created by these hotels, which are generally in the tourist destination. So what they did, they came up with one single rate. So the hotel said to the customers or the guests that you pay us, for example, 10,000 rupees. In that 10,000 rupees, you will get your room plus your meals, the meals which we have already discussed, plus maybe a sightseeing for one day, plus a hotel car, and plus a guide charges. So what the hotel is doing, the hotel is providing all the basic needs that a guest would need to go around that tourist destination in that one rate. Otherwise, the guest will have to go to different places and pay separately. And that creates a lot of confusion in the guest's mind. And that's why this package rate was introduced in the hospitality sector. So what is package rate? Package rate is that one consolidated rate provided by the hotel to its guest, which includes all the basic necessity like room, like breakfast, like the meals, the major meals, like the transportation, or it can be the guide or the city tour planning. Everything comes under that one consolidated rate which you need to pay to the hotel, and the hotel takes care of all of these itineraries of yours for your entire stay. So that is package rate. Generally, it is adopted by the hotels which are situated in tourist destinations. Okay, so these are the tourist destinations where if you go, the hotel situated there, they adopt to the package rate concept. Next, we come to another very similar rate, which is called as a seasonal rate. Why similar? I'm telling you, it's because this is also adopted by hotels which are mainly, I'm taking the examples of hotels which are mainly situated in tourist destination, because these resorts which we call in the tourist destination, they are the one which follow or who follow the pricing of seasonal pricing. They are the one who divide their 12-month yearly season into three parts, which we have already discussed, like high season, mid season, and low season. And accordingly, they price their room. So one same physical room during the high season is charged higher. During the mid season, it is charged a little lower, and during the low season, it is charged the least. So this alteration of room rate, which is done by the hotels on seasonal basis, is called as seasonal rates. Again, as I said, these rates are mainly adopted or provided to the guest by the hotels which are situated in tourist destination. For example, the resorts. Generally, it has been found that the hotels which are situated at the heart of the city, like the commercial hotels or the transit hotels, they do not adopt to these type of rates, or they do not go and provide the guest with seasonal rates. They have a different way of pricing their rooms. So generally, the package rate and the seasonal rate are adopted by the hotels which are situated in tourist destination, mainly the resorts or the lodges. They are the one, they adopt to the package rate and the seasonal rates. The third rate is rate for employees or the rate for higher ranked officials. Now, rate for employees, every hotel, in order to do some welfare for their employees, they provide discounted rates for their employees if they wish to go and stay in any other sister property of that brand. For example, if I am working with a hotel brand X and it has different hotels, chain of hotels in different cities in India, and I, as an employee of the hotel brand X situated in Kolkata, I am going on a family tour or on a holiday to Mumbai. If I wish to stay in that same brand, the brand, as a welfare of the employee, will provide me a discounted rate. That special rate, which is only applicable for the hotel's employee, is called the rate of the employees, or that is also a special rate. Another special rate which is provided to the high ranked officials, mainly the government officials, the hotel, they provide a discounted rate to the government officials. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind that when we say the government officials or high ranked officials, they should be on official duty. Okay, it's not for their leisure or private tours where the hotel would provide a government discount. So this rates for higher ranked officers. Suppose, for example, the CBI comes to the hotel, the CBI team comes for an investigation, and they need to stay somewhere, and they plan or they decide to stay in any of the hotel. So in that case, the hotel gives certain set government discounted rates to these people. Even when the president of the country or the prime minister of the country, they come for official visit to different states and they stay in five-star hotels, then also special rates are given because they are again government officials and they are on government job role. So that is all about the third rate, that is rate for the employees, special rate. Okay, different brands have different set discounts. I know there are certain brands who give complimentary stay. If you go and stay in your sister property, you get complimentary stay. You don't need to pay anything for the room rate. I also know brands which are there which gives flat 70% discount on the room. But the only thing is that you need to be an employee of those brands, of those hotels. That is all about rates for the employees or the rates for high ranked officials, mainly for the government officials we are talking about. There are certain other rates which are applicable in the hospitality sector, the hotel sector. The fourth one is the club member rates. Now the hotels came up with this unique idea of becoming members. You know, we all become members when you go to Pantaloons, you go to Shoppers Stop or different places. They all try and make you members. The hotels also adopted these membership policies. So what the hotel says that you become a member of our hotel or our hotel club by paying certain amount of money. In return, whenever you come and stay in our hotel or in our brand, you get a set amount of discount. I'm giving an example. For example, Hotel XYZ has a membership value or has a membership which is of 1 lakh rupees annually. So the hotel will say the guest that, sir, you become a member, you need to pay 1 lakh rupees annually. And whenever you come to our hotel to stay, or any of the hotels in our brand you stay, you get flat 25% discount. So these offers are generally given to guests who have become the member, and generally it is all paid membership we are talking about. So on those situations, a special rate is given to the guest. It has to be that guest has to be the member of that hotel or member of that club which is there within that brand, and they get a set discount. Now this discount differs from different hotel to hotel or different brand to brand. There is no fixed set discount as in such. Okay, it differs from brand to brand. Again, the point which we need to keep in mind that when we are giving a membership rate to a guest, we need to keep in mind that the guest have to be an active member or have to be that club member of that hotel and a paid member, of course. By doing so, a question might come to your mind, why do we do so? Or why does the hotel needs to offer for club membership? By doing, it's one of the ways of retaining your customer or retaining your guest. In a way, you are telling the guest that if you become the member of this brand, every time you come to our brand, no matter where you are staying globally, you get so much amount of discount. Not only discount, there are a lot of other benefits which are given to the club members. There are tires which are divided: gold tire, silver tire, platinum tire, diamond tire. Like this way, there are so many tires also which are made under the club membership, and accordingly, different entitlements, different discounts, and different other facilities are given to the guest. All this is done why? So as to retain the guest for that brand. Okay, so that is all about club members rate. Now we move on to a very interesting rate, which is same for all the hotels in India. Yes, we are talking about the fifth rate, which is members rate, which is other members rate, like the FHRI or the IATA, IATA and other hotelier rates. Now, FHRAI is a very important governing body of India. The full form is Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India. I will repeat myself. It's Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India. So this is a governing body which is existing in our country, India. And the main job of this committee or this governing body is to classify different hotels or to provide the star gradation to different hotels. It is not that today I can build a hotel and claim it myself that it's a 5-star deluxe property. I cannot do that. Sorry. I will have to invite the FHRI members. They will come to my hotel, do a thorough inspection, and as per their criteria, if I match, if the hotel standards match, they are the one who will classify your hotel as a 5-star hotel or 5-star deluxe hotel or a 4-star hotel, and accordingly. This committee does the inspection of all the licensed hotel in India. And that's why when any of such member, which are the FHRI committee member, when they come to the hotels, different hotels, a special rate is offered to them, or rather I'll say a special discount is offered to all FHRAI members. I'd like every one of you to take a note of this, because this is same for any hotel you go in our country. When a FHRAI member comes to the hotel, the discount which is given to him is same in any hotels which is there in our country. What is the discount? So when a FHRAI member comes, if he pays by cash, so when he's settling his bill, if he is paying by cash, he gets a flat discount of 30%, 30, on his room rate and food bill. Sorry. We need to keep certain things in mind, that it is 30% discount on his food bill, only food, no liquor, no alcohol, and on his room rate. No matter which hotel he goes in India, he is supposed to get this discount. If that same FHRAI member is settling by his card, it can be a debit card, it can be a credit card, the discount amount comes to 25%. So if he's paying by cash, he gets 30% discount on room rate and food bill only. If he's paying by credit card or debit card, he gets 25% discount on his room rate and food only. We need to be very careful when we are settling their bills, when we are taking their checkout, so as to be very careful that we are not passing any discount on the liquor bills. Because I've seen many times that a lot of people make mistake and they pass discount on liquor bills and laundry bills also, which is not to be done. So every one of you, please keep in mind, Federation of Hotel and Restaurant Association of India, Any member who comes to your hotel is entitled for getting 30% discount on room rate and food bill if paid by cash, 25% discount on room rate and food bill if paid by credit card or debit card. Like this FHRI, there are other governing bodies in India like ITA. ITA stands for Indian Association of Travel Agents. ITA stands for Indian Association of Travel Agents. So all these travel agencies, they are identified by their ITA number and they have a association which is called as ITA. So when travel agencies, any travel agencies or the officials of those travel agency, when they come to the hotel in order to keep a good liaison, because they are also from the hotel sector, hospitality sector, we are also from the hospitality sector, generally the hotels offer a discounted rate. That is ITA. One thing you need to keep in mind that ITA guests or ITA members, they do not have any specific entitlement of getting discounts like the FHRI members. Okay, so FHRI members is something else and ITA is something else. So that is other membership rates. Next we come to company guaranteed rate, or we call it as CVGR, the company volume guaranteed rate. As the term itself says, company, it is basically a tie-up between one corporate, or you can say a company, and the hotel. So the hotel and the company, they tie up, they come under an agreement where the company says that yes, I agree to give you 100 bookings per year or 200 room nights per year, but in return, you will have to give me a discounted rate. So the hotel decides on it, and if the contract sounds good and if it is sufficingly need of the hotel and the company agrees. So what actually happens, the company says that if an employee from my company is coming to your hotel, you as a hotel are supposed to give him a special rate which is lower than the rack rate generally, or you are supposed to give a certain amount of discount, a pre-decided amount of discount or a special rate. The hotel agrees. Why? Because the company is guaranteeing to give 100 or 200 room nights per year, and that is how the contract is signed between the company and the hotel. So the business guarantee is given by the company, and special discount guarantee or the special rate is given by the hotel. It's all under the mutual understanding that the company will give certain amount of business and the hotel will give certain amount of discount on the rack rate. We need to keep in mind that these company guaranteed rates are different for different countries, different for different companies. It is not that one company X is getting a discount of 20%. That means anybody coming, any corporate coming will get 20% discount. No, it always differs. The company guaranteed rate always differs from one company to another company. It all depends on how the contract is signed or at what negotiated rate both the parties, the company or the corporate sector or the hotel agrees and the tie-up is done. So at many times we find that XYZ bank has discount of 30%. Another same bank, banking industry, some other bank, when they come, they have a discount of 15%. So it depends on how the contract is signed between the corporate or the company and the hotel. So one thing we always need to keep in mind is company guaranteed rate is different for different country, different for different companies which are staying in the hotel. We should not mix up. Okay. Another few things which we need to keep in mind that whenever a guest comes and says that I am from this company and I should get this offered rate, we as hoteliers or the employees of the front office, we need to check certain details. What are those details? We need to check the company ID of that guest who has come. We need to ask for his ID. If he's not carrying his company ID, we should ask for his company business card. And also verify it with our sales team or the company directly, just to authenticate whether that guest who has come is from that company or not. Okay, we should not blankly just go away, give a discounted rate to anybody who comes and says that I am from so and so company. That should not be done. Next, we come to the second last special rate is for the airline, the crew members, travel agents, and the group. Like company guaranteed rate, airlines which comes and stays in 5-star hotels, the crew members of the airlines which comes and stays in 5-star hotels to take rest, or different groups that come, maybe a corporate group, maybe a wedding group, maybe a leisure group or a business group. Irrespective of that, when these people come, a special rate is given to them. See, whenever I'm saying special rate, we need to keep in mind that it is a rate which is lower than the rack rate. Okay, so since suppose an airline has a tie-up with a hotel, and the airline says that every day 10 of my captains or cabin crew will come and stay in your hotel. So we'll take 10 rooms every day. So in return, the airline will demand from the hotel that please give us some discount, and the hotel, seeing that it's a constant business, will give some special rate to the airlines. Maybe if the rack rate is 10,000 rupees, the hotel will say, all right, we will give you the room at 7,000 rupees. A contract is definitely signed between both the parties. And both the parties, and that special rate is given. Attendance code, I have already activated the attendance code. Please try it. The attendance code has been given. If you do not know the attendance code, just check. It is 13752. 13752. It is already been activated. Please go and give your attendance on that code. So airline code and crew members are just now, which we have discussed right now. Special rates again given to them because they give a very constant business to the hotels. Groups, again, we all know, and we have personally also experienced that if you go in groups to a hotel, generally the hotels will give you a discount. And in case of 5-star deluxe hotel, they cater to huge groups. It can be a wedding group, it can be a social group, it can be a leisure group, or can be an official group. So in that case also, the hotels will always give a special rate or a discounted rate to these segment of guest or customer. These are the main room rates or the main special room rates which are actively used in the hospitality sector in all hotels throughout the country. One more thing which is left is when we go and stay in hotel rooms, it generally has one bed if you're talking about a standard room, and generally 2 people are allowed, 2 adult plus 1 child. Now if you need an extra bed for that third person, there are generally certain extra charges, very nominal amount, but there are extra charges. So when a guest requests for an extra bed in the room, maybe there are 3 adults staying, the moment 3 adults are staying, the room rate will increase because there is a charge for that extra bed. Certain hotels would also take a charge for the crib. What is crib? crib is a bed which is used for the babies to sleep. It's a bed in which the babies are put to sleep. Okay, it's smaller than the normal bed and it has higher railing at the side. So that is called as crib. So yes, certain brands, if you take a crib, if a guest is requesting for a crib for the baby or for the infant, the hotels at times would give it on a complimentary basis or at times will charge depending on the hotel's policy. But extra bed, if you are asking for an adult, extra adult in your room, definitely there are certain nominal charges which the hotel will charge the guest. So these are the special rates which are very much applicable in today's hospitality sector. In any hotel you go, any brand you go. Package rate, seasonal rate, rates for employees, club member rates, rates for employees, club member rate, other members. These are generally with the commercial hotels. FHRI is irrespective whether it's a commercial hotel or a resort or a lodge, wherever they go, they get that set discount of 30% and 25% respectively. Company guaranteed rate, again, irrespective whether they go to a resort or whether they go to a commercial hotel. If the company has a tie-up with that hotel, if a contract is there between the hotel and the company, the employees of that company is entitled to get a special rate. Airline crew, again, generally these rates are adopted by the transit hotels because the airline crew, they want to live in the transit hotel nearest to the airport so that it's easy for them in terms of logistics. Crib and extra bed is something which is on request. Certain hotels do charge it, certain hotels give it on a complimentary basis depending on the policy of the hotel. So with that, we end today's session of special room rates. If you have any queries, do feel free to contact me. I'm sure by now everyone has my contact number. Or else we also have our section-wise Google Meet classes which are scheduled in the week. So you can ask all your doubts in those sessions as well. Once again, I'm repeating, the attendance code is well activated. If you are not aware of it, I can tell it verbally. The attendance code is 13752. Please go ahead and give your attendance on that code. With that, we'll end today's class. Thank you so much. Stay safe and we meet soon. Thank you so much.